Boxing is back on top again. It's back in the spotlight thanks to a 6'2", 200-pound, blonde-haired kid from the middle of nowhere, Ohio. A once famous star on the 6-second social media platform Vine to perhaps the most famous YouTuber, the most popular YouTuber who defined a generation, Logan Paul's rise to fall to rise again has helped boxing become relevant again. I think if you're watching this video, you know of Logan Paul. You know of his diss tracks, you know the first incident, but what you may not really know is just how influential he is to the world. In February of 2018, Chris Weller and KSI, two United Kingdom-based YouTubers, took the ring in a boxing match. KSI won and was on the bigger and brighter things. That is fighting Logan Paul. Logan Paul jumped the seas to fight KSI, and the build-up to the fight was massive. Every middle schooler and high schooler in the nation, in both England and the United States, had their eyes on this fight. Logan Paul the Maverick versus KSI the Sideman. The two battled it out in Manchester at the Manchester Arena, and the fight ended in a draw. Social media erupted. People were mad they stayed up so long just to watch a draw. However, the second battle between the two, which took place a few months after, was a better fight, and KSI won in decision 58-57, despite Logan putting up more impressive stats, out-punching KSI and landing more body shots. And despite the loss, Logan Paul realized something. Logan Paul realized that he struck gold. He realized that he time traveled to San Francisco in 1949, because after this fight, Paul realized that the sky was the limit. Logan Paul, who was a high school wrestler, a star high school wrestler, announced his next big fight on December 6th of 2020, when the world found out he would step into the ring with a guy a fraction of his height, a fraction of his weight, but 100 times his skill, Floyd Money Mayweather. Mayweather, who's considered one of the greatest to ever box, agreed to have an exhibition bout with the world-famous YouTuber, and social media went ballistic. However, boxing gurus weren't a fan. They didn't like Paul stealing the spotlight from other YouTubers. Other boxers. But to be honest with you guys, I don't know what they meant, because there was no spotlight to steal. For years now, boxing had to rely on guys like Conor McGregor jumping pawns from MMA to boxing in order to sell tickets and make money from boxing. The older generation grew up with boxing and loved it. But as years went on, boxing's popularity dipped year by year. Meanwhile, their counterpart, the UFC, had been steadily increasing in popularity and has been captivating the minds of the younger audience. Logan Paul, who has managed to stay in the spotlight since 2015, is exactly what boxing needs. A star, a young star who people gravitate to, a star who people would watch, a sense of relevancy in the world and the sport of boxing. Last night, Paul faced off against Floyd Mayweather and went the distance. From the eye test, Floyd won. He dominated the fight, and despite it being ruled no contest, as there were no judges to it only being an exhibition match, both won in my eyes. Floyd won the fight, which is a win for him, and it may be a bit of a loss due to the fact he didn't knock Logan out like he said he would, and in fact, most of these boxing gurus said he would. And for Logan, he showed two things. One, resiliency. He bounced back, he matured, he changed since that first incident. He learned from that moment and changed for the better. And he managed to get back into the public eye. Secondly, he won because, look, he's a YouTuber, a kid from the middle of nowhere, Ohio, who just went the distance against a guy who's considered the greatest boxer of a generation. Logan Paul showed that anything is possible. Anything is possible. He showed just how influential he is to the world and how everyone, anywhere can be an influencer. I'm Chris Daly, founder of the Sports Court, and if you like this video, leave a subscription. It would really mean a lot, because I really wanted to do this video to show how Logan Paul is just so influential. People like me and you can pick up a camera, make a few funny skits, and all of a sudden be fighting Floyd Mayweather in a few years in one of the biggest boxing events of all time. It just goes to show how influential Logan is and the power of social media. Thank you so much, everybody. Please leave a subscription. It would really mean the world. And as always, peace.